A very good day from myself, Devon Govender, and welcome to Speed Down Under. This is KZN's premier harness racing selection show, and it's proudly brought to you by Gallop TV. It's an exciting race meeting that takes place this Friday at Gloucester Park, the 15th of August, with some feature races happening. And as usual, I'm joined on the line by trainer-driver Aldo Korapasi. He's also a driving master in Western Australia. He's going to be taking us through his selections and previews, and he's been in great form recently. Good day to you, Aldo. How are you?
Going well, thanks.
All good back in Perth?
Yeah, no, all's good over here. So, had some rain, sun's out. Yeah, very good.
Beautiful, beautiful. And just recapping on last week's race meeting, we enjoyed watching Magnificent Storm show his class. He just left them standing at the last 200.
Yeah, look, he's a very good horse, and I believe he's the best horse on Western Australia.
That was Aldo's best bet last week on the show, Magnificent Storm, and he delivered for the punters last week Friday, and hopefully we can find the winners once again this week Friday. It does look like a competitive card. That slide is going to come up on screen with the suggested jackpot as well as the best bet that Aldo has got lined up for us. And the best bet kicks off first in race number 3, and it's in the form of number 1, Hail St. Louis, currently trading at around about $2.90. And this could represent some value from the draw, Aldo, and get punters off to a good start on the day.
Yeah, look, I think he's a much better horse when he's drawn to sit on the speed and lead. So I think he probably gets his chance. Very hard night of racing again over here. The handicapping system's got it very even. So I sort of thought he looks like the best on paper, and I think he's got the ability to hold up early and hopefully hold him off at the end.
That is the best bet there in race number 3. That is number 1, Hail St. Louis, and Dylan Edgerton Green trains and drives. He's been in great form recently. That's going to be our best bet. Hopefully we can kick off to a good start and make a little bit of money to play that jackpot a little bit later. The card does look competitive, and we're hoping to make a good profit on the day. So that best bet, race 3, number 1, Hail St. Louis from the ace draw. Moving on to the jackpot selections. First leg of the jackpot kicks off in race number 5, and we've got the 3 numbers there for you, numbers 10, 2 and 5. And Aldo, I've looked at the reruns of all 3 of these runners, and I give all of them a chance. I just can't separate them.
Yeah, they're very even fields, like I said, and this is another very even race. And look, there's no standout out of any of those 3. All 3 can win.
Well, there you heard it from Aldo. It's a very competitive contest, and I did have a good look at the reruns, and I really couldn't make my mind up, so we're going to have to go with all 3 of them, numbers 10, 2 and 5, and maybe even box the exactas numbers 10, 2 and 5, because we expect all of these runners to be in the firing line. But the narrow first selection is number 10, El Maestro, who has been really impressive in the recent starts. That's with Robbie Williams, who trains and drives. So the narrow first selection, number 10, El Maestro, but definitely number 2, Ideal Beach, and number 5, Wheels of Fortune, both have winning chances in the opening leg of the jackpot. Take note that this is a Group 2 contest over 2,130 meters. It's the Hoist Talk Australia 2-year-old Colts and Geldings Pearl final, so this is going to be a very, very competitive lineup, the opening leg of the jackpot. Moving on to race number 6, which is the second leg of the jackpot. The 3 selections there, numbers 5, 9 and 10. And we'll start with number 5, Aldo. That's a Better Fortune. The New Zealand bred has been in outstanding form and could be tough to beat here.
Yeah, I think it's going to probably get the right sort of run in this race and put itself into a good spot early, and be pretty hard to beat at the finish.
And then number 9 returns from a little bit of a spell. That's Runkle Crunch for Aiden DeCambo. This yard has been in top form recently.
Yeah, look, they paid a lot of money for this horse. Got very good form over in New Zealand. And if he drew a little bit better, I would have put him as my on-top selection in this race. But, don't dismiss him. Very expensive horse, very well profiled. And just the barrier just turned me off a little bit. But he's a horse to follow come Derby time.
There you heard it from Aldo. Keep a close eye on number 9. That's Runkle Crunch. Comes with a big reputation, the New Zealand bred. If it wasn't for the draw, Aldo said he would make it his first selection. So definitely a horse that we're going to follow for the future. And then I like the third selection, number 10. That's Rumble Strip, currently trading at around about $12. This could be a good booster for the trifectas and quartets.
Never runs a bad race, this horse. So... got the right draw to get the right trip, and like I said, never runs a bad race, so we'll be thereabouts to the finish.
That is number 10, Rumble Strip. Throw that into all your bets. Could be some good value there for the placings, and throw that into your all-to-comes as well. That is race number 6, the jackpot numbers 5, 9 and 10. Moving on to race number 7 on the program, which is the penultimate leg of the jackpot. We've got the selections up for you, numbers 8, 9 and 7. And then we're going to start with number 8, I'm the Black Flash, with the Gary Hall Sr., who trains, and Stuart McDonald drives. This one comes off the 30 meter handicap there, Elder.
Yeah, look, very, very reliable standing start horse. So he'll step away and put himself in a good spot. Got some versatility. His form's a bit patchy, but he's a better horse than his form's showing at the moment.
Definitely a horse to include in all bets. That is number 8, I'm the Black Flash, and represents some solid value in the anti-post market. Is currently trading at $7. So represents some good value there. The national rating point sitting on 120. Excuse me. And then this horse, number 9, Bricky's Dream, has run 1 or 2 crackers in his previous starts, Elder.
Yeah, look, Robbie's horses are going very well. The stable's going very well. And, this horse is right in this race as well. So, don't dismiss him. That
is number 9, Bricky's Dream, from the Inform Robbie Williams yard. Throw this into all your bets there. And then huge respect for the favourite. That is number 7, G. He's a Sport, from the Greg and Sky Bond yard, with Denny Roberts in the cart. National rating point sitting at 120. But if we can beat the favourite here, we're going to get a big dividend in the jackpot. Excuse me. So our numbers once again, 8, 9 and 7. And we've gone with the value there in race number 7. Moving on to the last leg of the jackpot, which is race number 8 on the program. The 3 selections there, numbers 9, 7, 11. And then we're going to start with number 9, Aldo. That's Dame Valor for the Inform Aiden De Campo yard. This one's trading at around about $2.50. A very good last win, and the overall form excellent.
Yeah, look, this is... This horse has got a lot of ability, but very hard to catch on its night. But hoping this is the right race for her. It's not the strongest of races, and she's probably the best horse in the race. Family draw makes it a little bit difficult, but I just believe she's the best horse in the race. And I know her ability. At her best, she's very good.
If the right Dame Velo turns up come Friday, this one will take a power of beating. You heard it from Aldo. In his opinion, this is the best horse in the race, currently trading at around about $2.50 in the anti-post market. Of course, we will give you the updated dividends on Friday on the South African tote. So 9 is going to be the firm first selection. And this horse, number 11, Lady Violetta, for Annie Belton and Chris Lewis, currently trading at around about $31 in the anti-post market. This could be a big booster for the exactas and trifectas.
Yeah, look, she's going very well. She's only beating moderate opposition, but she's winning. That's the main thing. So we'll get a nice run from the second line draw, and hopefully can boost up the dividends a little bit on the jackpots.
There you heard it from Aldo. Number 11, Lady Violetta, is in winning form, won the last 2 starts and gets a top driver aboard in the form of Chris Lewis for Annie Belton. So throw this into your trifectas and quartets in the anti-post market. This is trading at $31 as it stands. Of course, like I said, we will give you the updated dividend on the South African tote. This could boost the trifecta and quartet dividends, maybe even a nice place bet on number 11, Lady Violetta. But our firm first selection is number 9, Dame Velo. You heard it from Aldo. He thinks this is the best horse in the race, and this should take a power of beating. And this one's trading at around about $2.50 there in the anti-post market. So just recapping those jackpot numbers for you. First leg 10 to 5 by numbers 5, 9 and 10, by numbers 8, 9 and 7, by numbers 9, 7, 11. It's only going to cost you 81 Rand. And if you've watched the show already, you'll see there's plenty of value available there. Aldo has got some nice value selections, and hopefully we can land the jackpot this week. The best bet is early, comes up in race number 3 in the form of number 1, Hail St. Louis. Another one that does represent some good value from the draw there at around about $2.90. Hopefully you can build up the bank to play that jackpot a little bit later. Aldo, always a pleasure having you on the show, and there's some really nice selections come Friday. Hopefully those value selections can arrive and the punters could be in the payout queue.
Yep, fingers crossed, and good punting, everyone.
Thanks to trainer-driver Aldo Kodapasi, who has been in great form recently, and we're hoping that form continues this Friday with the jackpot and best bet selections at Gloucester Park.